1, 2, 3. Perfect. All right. So you're going to be talking to him the whole time.
Cool. So just look here at me.
Okay.
So, John, can you just tell me a little bit about yourself?
I am John Wierenga. I'm the founder and owner of Pilgrims Capital Advisors, just a small fee-only RIA firm in Granville, Michigan, helping clients allocate their portfolio, do some financial planning, and so forth.
Great. How long have you been doing that for?
As the company, about 20 years, but about 15 years before that, so about 35 years.
Awesome. Fantastic.
Yeah.
So can you tell me kind of what led up to you deciding to do the Inner Armor program? What was kind of the path? You're a busy guy, so what kind of led up to you deciding to want to do this?
Yeah, I mean, what led me to the Inner Armor program was I got COVID back about a year ago, and maybe 2 months after that, I realized I had some major brain fog. And so just memory recall, just search for words right in the middle of a conversation. And so I said, well, I've got to do something. And so I was introduced to Inner Armor, and thought, I think I might want to try this something. The other thing is I want to stay sharp. In my world, especially now with the volatility, I've got to look for more allocation and diversification for client portfolios. Well, that takes a lot more research, and so I need to dig in more and make sure I go through every investment or allocation thoroughly. And so I just felt I was slipping there a little bit, and needed to, get my edge back.
What level of commitment has this taken? How difficult has it been to kind of fit this into your world?
Yeah, it's really been pretty easy to build it into my morning routine. I try to do it when my eyes are, not, at the end of the day, that my eyes are fresh, and so I just build it right away in the morning, and it's 10 minutes. By the time I flip on my computer, plug in my passwords and so forth, grab the equipment and so forth, and it's really just 10 minutes. And it's just on as a task list, and so it's really easy for me to just put it in my morning routine.
Gotcha. So as you do the program, there's a built-in quality where you're getting some reward or some benefit, and what's that like? It's not just like doing the same thing. You are doing the same thing, but there is some built-in. So how does that kind of keep you going and that kind of thing?
Yeah, so I do like the kind of the progressive nature of the program, and we're all, I think, wired to see where you're making improvements, and the improvements are measured through the program, and that's always an incentive for me to say, okay, can I do better today? And so I really appreciate that portion of it.
But what's it like to be exercising your brain in a way? I mean, what's that feel like?
Yeah, well, it's new. When we get on a physical workout plan, you're always increasing. You're increasing your distance. You're turning up your speed. And this program, I've never done before, but yeah, I'm building in the cognitive memory portion, and I like the levels. I would need the levels versus just a simple exercise, and so it's refreshing. It's energizing, believe it or not, but it really is. It's just like going on a brisk walk. I feel that for a session, I feel a little bit energized. It's kind of weird, but it works. Yeah.
Yeah, we it's interesting. We have athletes sometimes who liken it to kind of stretching their muscles
Mm.
before they go out on the field. Like we have some quarterbacks who they feel like they want to stretch their eyes before they go out and play, and so before the game they want to like stretch their eyes. So I've always wondered for businessmen, like when starting the day, if it kind of feels like they're stretching. Let me ask you this question: how important do you think your eyes are to your job?
Well, I spend 4 to 6 hours a day in front of a monitor. And so my eyes are important to my job. And so I know I need to exercise my eyes in the sense of just knowing, where I'm at every day and staying glued to a monitor. So, and I try to get out and look outside and go for a quick walk or things like that just to get some distance in. And my monitor's large, but still, and that's just the way it is. It's what I have to do. And so, yeah, and not only that, I think just the importance of healthy eyes, vision is good for your brain. That's what I've experienced. Is just much more recall and better clarity. That's where I'm starting to see some of the results. Yeah, yes, the measured results where I'm progressing through the program, but just everyday results in conversations and just my work.
What does it mean to you to have an inner armor? To have an inner armor?
Um, to have an inner armor to me, um, at my age, um, is probably more important than my physical armor. Um, as we age, um, we want to stay sharp. Yes, physically, but clearly, mentally. Retirement's over. It's just overrated, And if you retire, you're going to get soft. You're going to get soft physically, but clearly mentally.
Yep.
You know. As we age, I think we all tend to slip a little bit. So having, that inner, shield or inner strength, if you will, it's really everything. It really is. And so we just sometimes overlook the need to exercise it, and to build it. We want to stay toned. We want to maybe grab free weights, do brisk walks 3-6 times a week or something like that. But so often we forget that we also need to exercise our brain, and to me that's what it means. And I have no desire to retire. I want to stay sharp. I like what I do. I love the relationships, and that's a big part of it in my business. I thrive on the relationships, and so I want to stay sharp. Yes, with the relationships, but also as a steward, in what I do, and my clients expect that, and I owe that to them. And I just can't take, a standard mutual fund for granted that it's always going to be that way. There's other things out there that I need to expose clients to, and so I just got to stay in my A game, if you will.